Good morning, everyone, and welcome into Wake and Take, and happy Thanksgiving. We've got a wonderful show planned for you today. We're going to preview all of the games that you're going to be watching, and I've got a very, very, very special guest who will be previewing everything with me. So why don't we go ahead, sit back, relax, sip our coffee, and enjoy the show. What is going on? It is Matty Kiwoom in the house. You already know him from Trade Gods. You know him from the game plan. You know him from the executives. You know him from wherever and all over, really. My friend, my Trade God brethren, Matty, how are you doing on this Thanksgiving Eve when we're recording this? But Thanksgiving as everyone's watching.
I'm already hungry. I know you said we're recording on Thanksgiving Eve, but by the time you're checking this out, I'm already creeping around the kitchen. As things are getting made, I'm getting yelled at. Don't touch that. I'm just getting my snack on. Thanksgiving is just the best. Football, family, friends, food. Yep. It's the best. And then some boozing. Some boozing too. I can't wait for that.
Oh yeah. Thanksgiving is easily up there with the best of holidays, whether it be football, whether it be the food, whether it be the friends, maybe the family, maybe, depending on how those of you in the audience are feeling this day.
We can't assume.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We can't assume. But, it's a good holiday. It's one of my favorites. And we've got some good football today. But before we get into that, Matty Kiwoom, we've got to talk about just Thanksgiving in general. And I am curious what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is. I mean, we've been friends for a while now, and I've never known, what you eat for Thanksgiving. What's your favorite?
So Thanksgiving is like what me and my wife do. We'll either go to like her side of the family, my side of the family. We usually try to make an appearance at both, but we eat at one place. This year it's my family's. My family's more traditional, but my wife's Portuguese, and they have a little extra flavor, I'll call it, to their dishes. And they make this. It's like chouriço, rice stuffing. That is unreal. It's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite. So I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it has a name, and I'm sure if they're listening, they're going to hate me for not knowing the name, but it's so good. But other than that, some of my other favorites that I get, no matter what side of the family I'm on, the green bean casserole, love that. Cranberry sauce, and you could get out of here with your homemade artisan. Give me the tubed cranberry sauce. I chop that bad boy up. Love it. Can't get enough of it. My mom makes this certain stuffing that I don't know how to describe it, but it's more like, I don't know how to describe it because the term I want to use is wet, but that doesn't make it seem appetizing, but it's phenomenal. I'm excited for that too.
My mom's wet stuffing is what
I can't. Yeah, that's the thing that's coming to the brain, but that doesn't make it seem good, but it is super good.
It sounds good, and I'm
it's
actually
wet, moppy, disgusting. No, it's delicious.
That sounds good. It sounds really, really good. And even though I'm here in Atlanta, I'm down here in the South, and we're not allowed to call it stuffing. It's got to be dressing. It's got to be dressing.
It's called dressing down there.
God, I'm not with that. I am a stuffing guy. I'm definitely a stuffing guy. My dad's up from Michigan. So we've definitely been stuffing family, and that's that's my favorite meal as well. It's not the Portuguese style of stuffing that you had mentioned, but still I can't get enough of that stuff. I'm talking my plate. When I'm making my plate, it's like 60% stuffing, not like 30%. It is like I pile that puppy with my stuffing. I love that stuff. So
it's funny. A couple of years ago, I made the decision. I made this ultimate decision. I used to be like diplomatic with I get a little turkey. I try to get a little something. Then a couple of years, I said, life is too short. Diving with till you like, and I'm with you. It's like all sides and maybe a little turkey, maybe a little ham. Maybe a little prime rib, whatever it is, but it's mostly just sides. Like, what are we doing here? Let's just, you only got one life to live. Let's live it to the fullest.
Let's be honest here, and this might be a hot take, but I feel like the Thanksgiving turkey is never the best part. Like, it's fine. You've got to have a little. It is what it is. But the mac and cheese, the stuffing, the dressing, whatever you want to call it, the cranberry sauce you mentioned, the random casseroles that you can get only this time of year, pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread. I mean, you really can't
cornbread.
get
Oh, my God.
It's just so.
All right, this show needs to be. I'm out of here. I gotta go eat something.
Just don't even preview football. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving food only. But you guys, while we know, I've already mentioned yesterday that this was a pre-recorded episode, that you'd be here for that. But still, I'm here and I'm going to be live with you guys. I'm still curious what your Thanksgiving dish is, what you guys like the most. Go ahead and comment that. But while you're talking about that, Matty Kiwoom,
Sir,
who are some players you're thankful for?
Oh man, some players that I'm so thankful for. First and foremost, CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud, because in my redraft leagues, I just didn't really put a whole lot of early investment in quarterback. I was taking Anthony Richardson late. I was just going back to the well late. And CJ Stroud, I either got him at like the last round or was able to pick him up in the free agency. And now, like these teams that have Justin Jefferson coming back, Michael Pittman, DJ Moore, Travis Etienne, Jonathan Taylor, like these stacked teams now have a quarterback to lead them. So I love CJ Stroud. He's been fantastic. And then the rest of the guys, these are just like some of my boys, like my favorite players in the league. Thankful for DJ Moore, Travis Kelce, Mari Cooper, who just keeps doing it in the face of everyone thinking he's washed. Moore is not. He's still doing it. CeeDee Lamb taking over. Really, really now going to put himself in that conversation to the top tier of dynasty wide receivers. And Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco is one of those, like, you had to go out on he wasn't certainly cheap in draft season, but he's come through. He's had a lot. He's had some big games, no real explosive games, but keeping that average around 10 points. He's just been a godsend being able to put in your RB1, RB2 slot. So those are my guys. Those guys I just super thankful for them this year.
Those are some good selections, and you've honestly inspired me. This isn't on the show sheet, but I just want to give some thanks to Tom Brady. I just want to send my thank yous.
That's your guy. The card you gave me, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there. Yeah, the little Tom Brady card. I love myself some TB12. Big just reason I'm in this space in general is just what he inspired to me, just in loving the game of football itself. So Tom Brady, if you're watching. First off, thank you.
TB12, we love you.
Yeah, we love you, man. We love you, Tom Brady. Thank you for tuning in. But some actual players, some fantasy football players. First off, you said CJ Stroud, but I want to give a shout out to his best friend, Tank Dell.
Yes, sir.
This was one of your guys going into the year for sure. And I mean, the teams that I have him, and full credit to you, he was one of the guys I was taking a late round dart on because, the way you had hyped him up. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like it because I was a believer in CJ Stroud. I didn't know which wide receiver I wanted to be a part of, but I was a CJ Stroud guy. And so Tank Dell was an option for me. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to bet on CJ Stroud, I was a quarterback guy, which I regret. I was an early quarterback guy, so I didn't get any of him. But I got a lot of Tank Dell, and my teams with Tank Dell, they are very thankful because not only was he, very free essentially, but also, I mean, he's basically the best wide receiver on my team. He's been incredible. So very thankful to him. And some other quick ones as well. Travis Etienne, Keenan Allen, and Justin Fields basically carrying my Trade Gods team in the Invitational. Big fans of them this season. And
big matchup we have this week.
Yes. Oh, why didn't we talk about that on Trade Gods last night?
Well, because we were focused on we were going to save it for Wake and Take, obviously.
Yeah. So we actually play each other in the Trade Gods League, so that'll be fun. We're second and third. So we've got one of us has to win so we can get closer to first, but B, we're going to send one of us a little bit further down, but we should both hopefully make the playoffs. And for me, Travis Etienne, Keenan Allen, Justin Fields, huge parts of that, even with Justin Fields' injuries. I mean, the weeks that I did have him put me ahead. I was in first place at one point with him. So very thankful to him. And then on my Scott Fishbowl was the only league I decided to take a chance on Alvin Kamara. And he has basically resuscitated that team who also drafted Dalvin Cook. And so,
well, Alvin Kamara, especially in Scott Fishbowl scoring, has been a monster.
It's been insane. It's been insane. So very thankful to him and the other guys I mentioned. And the players you mentioned too, I'm also thankful. Really, to be completely honest, maybe we can all gather hands here and say that we're very thankful for all of the NFL players out there that have made fantasy football possible and given us some entertainment today, why don't we go ahead and preview? We'll start with the Packers Lions game. And right now, the Lions are favored by 7.5 points, and there's about a 46.5 point total. I'm sure that this could move. That's generally the nature of these things, but it should be about the same. Some news regarding this, and mostly just injury news. Luke Musgrave has landed on IR, so he will not be playing. Just really some thoughts out to him as he played through the lacerated kidney. We talked about that on yesterday's show. We talked about it on Trade Gods. The fact he played through that is so remarkable.
Crazy.
And so we hope he can recover because he was playing really well and a big piece of this Packers offense. But Aaron Jones is also out. Dontavian Wicks is probably out as of recording this. He's still questionable, but he has not practiced all week. I doubt he's going to play. Emmanuel Wilson landed on IR, so we're talking about just A.J. Dillon and then James Robinson. They signed.
Yeah, give me James, my boy.
Maybe they'll throw. Imagine how thankful, Matty Kiwoom, would you be for a James Robinson Thanksgiving game?
Oh, dude, I in my home league, I am scrambling to try to trade off some bench pieces for literally nothing, just to make enough room to pick up James Robinson. I gotta have him.
I don't blame you because it's looking like he's gonna get some action. That's something we talk about with the running back position. You don't really need to learn the playbook. You can go in there and run between the tackles, and so
you can handle
James Robinson might actually get some snaps besides just being brought on within 24 hours. The last injury news, and this is important because with Luke Musgrave on IR, they're already thin at tight end, but Josiah DeGuara is also doubtful. As of recording this, probably just going to end up being remarked as out. So we're talking about Tucker Kraft potentially being the only tight end active.
Tucker Kraft, we like Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, so that could be very, very interesting. So that's kind of the wrap up of this game. I'm going to throw it to you. Who do you think's going to win? Do you think they'll cover? How do you think about this total? What are your general thoughts about the game, really, just in general?
So I saw this crazy stat that the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving has never won a game when the moon was in whatever phase the moon is in tomorrow. Don't care. This is also the first time that they've played a Thanksgiving game in first place of the division in 30 years. This is the year that they're bucking the trend. I got the Lions winning. I got the Lions covering.
Yeah.
The over-under, I'm going to go with the under here, basically just because I just don't think that the Packers are going to be game with all these injuries. It's in Detroit. That crowd's going to be crazy. And the defense of the Detroit Lions is underrated. They're not stout against the best offenses, but when they get cupcake offenses that come into town, like one that comes to mind is the Raiders a few weeks ago on Monday Night Football, they could just get after it. So I think they cover. I got the Lions, but I'm going with the under.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on the Lions as well. I also think they cover. And this total is very, very close. I think that it's basically going to be right around it. For little funsies, I think I'll take the over. And I'll say that mostly just because I think the Lions could get like 30 just really themselves. They're just playing some really, really good football. They're all healthy right now as well. And in a divisional game fired up on Thanksgiving, you get a free turkey at the end, get a little feast. I think that they might be fired up to score some points. So if they can score around 30, the Packers, we've all talked about, we've already mentioned, the injuries. They might not be able to put up, 16, 17, but I'm going to say that they can at least get something, whether it be a Christian Watson touchdown or just A.J. Dillon grinding something out in garbage time. I think that they could get there, but it's definitely going to be close. I'm talking like 47 total or 48,
Yeah, and when those happens, I usually try to stay away from those bets. Yeah. They're too razor. But also shout out Jack Harlow doing the halftime show. That'll be fun.
Oh, nice. I didn't even think about halftime shows. That's pretty cool.
That's Harlow, my favorite one on the slate. Yeah.
Fun fact: Jack Harlow worked at the dining hall at Georgia State University, my alma mater, and used to play soccer with a couple of my friends over at just Georgia Tech. We had some like pickup going on, so loose connections to Mr. Harlow.
You heard it here first. Jason Allwine's best friends with Jack Harlow.
Nah, I can't work the connections that well. I'm sure at this point he's way far gone from his Georgia State dining hall days. But go Thurs. For some reason we don't say Panthers, we say Thurs. Like that's kind of the thing. But
it's original. I love originality.
Go Thurs.
I love originality to schools.
So we've talked about the game, but I'm curious. Who do you think could be the most valuable player? Like, who do you think's taking home the biggest turkey leg from this Detroit Packers game?
Ooh, that's a good one. So when I look at the the matchups here.
Mhm.
What I see is the Packers team who's not great against the running back. So I want to go to running back. And I'm going to go with one of the most electrifying men in the NFL today. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs has another big game. He just keeps putting up RB1 weeks after week after week after week. I think he keeps that train going. And I'm going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs as the big-time premier, big turkey leg guy.
I love that. I love that. And for everyone listening, sometimes you guys ask me for my underdog picks. I did choose one per game, and mine was Jahmyr Gibbs for this one. I took the over on underdog. It was 77.5 total yards, rushing and receiving. I feel like he can reach that, whether it just be garbage time, if the Packers can't keep up, or just how explosive he is as an athlete and how good he's the last few weeks. That's the one I'm reaching for. My MVP. While Jahmyr Gibbs is a great pick, I think I'm just going to go with Jared Goff, just going to go with the quarterback here. I think that's just kind of the chalk pick. I think Jared Goff's going to have a solid game.
He's been good.
Like Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be open. Sam Laporte is going to be open. Jameson Williams, he's starting to trend in the right direction, whether it be a big ceiling game from him or just showing up, for a touchdown. I don't know, but this whole Lions passing attack, even down to Jahmyr Gibbs, who's getting the receiving work as well, just looks so good right now. So I'm just going to go with the man behind it all. I think Jared Goff takes home that turkey leg today.
Nice. Love it.
Thank you. So that's all we've got for you for the Lions-Packers game. We'll go ahead and move on here to the Cowboys-Commanders. It's at 4:30 p.m. The Cowboys are favored by 10.5 right now, with 48.5 total points expected to be scored. We've got Rico Dowdle listed as questionable right now, but he has not been practicing with a back injury, so I'm sure he'll end up being out. And Antonio Gibson is limited with a toe. With that limited practice and being marked as questionable, I think he could make it out there. That's your boy Gibby. So I'll throw it to you. I'll throw it to you. Who do you think, kind of general thoughts of the game? Do you think Antonio Gibson will be playing? Sure, you can answer that as well. But just, what are you thinking?
So the Cowboys have absolutely trounced bad competition. And the fact that they're at home this week, I think they win. A lot of the money is coming in with the points. A lot of people are taking Washington with the double-digit spread.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys cover. I think the Cowboys smash this week. I don't like the over again. This is, I guess I'm Captain No Fun today. Excuse me, I'm not. But I don't like the over because I just think that I don't see Washington put up a ton of points. Mm-hmm. Sam Howell is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league, and the Dallas Cowboys pass rush is insane. Micah Parsons is gonna go ballistic. I could see him getting 3 or 4 sacks in this game by himself. Deron Bland is becoming one of the better cornerbacks in the league. He has more touchdowns scored than Kyle Pitts since they both were drafted. That's crazy, cornerback. And I didn't mean to throw shade at Kyle Pitts. That's just that's just the benchmark they're putting it at. So I got Dallas winning by double digits. I got Dallas covering, but I'm going with the under here. I think it could be like a 34-10, 34-13 type of game, which is, again, right at that limit. There's a reason why these guys get paid the big bucks setting the lines, but I'm going with the under.
Yeah, I like that call. And just for everyone listening, this isn't talked about enough, but Matty Kiwoom is the man behind the cornerback rankings over at PlayerProfiler.
That's right.
That's true. He's putting those together for us. And so when you hear him talk about a cornerback, really pay attention to it. And so go check out those cornerback rankings. They're available with the all-in package. That's available for $10 today and tomorrow for Black Friday. You get all of the rankings. That includes, the cornerback rankings that we're talking about right now, but, tons of other stuff, all the Dynasty tools and the DFS tools and all the other stuff, which, we'll continue to talk about. And maybe that DFS tool will see an appearance here in this episode here in a bit. But I think that I'm with you in the Cowboys win. I think the Cowboys win, but I'm always nervous when I see these divisional games that I do think the Commanders can cover this. Mm-hmm. I still think the Cowboys could win by like a touchdown, but I think that might be where I put it. And because of that, I'll take the over. I think like a 28-21 type of game throws you right over that. That's exactly 49. A 31-24 type of game. I think that this could be high scoring. Maybe I've just got, the Thanksgiving goggles on. Maybe I'm just a bit too excited for these games and ready to watch with, my food and my beers.
Food and fans.
So I'm just maybe I'm just getting too excited, but I'll take the over on this one. My underdog pick, as I talked about with the last one for this game, it was the over on Dak Prescott's passing yards. It was set at 288.5. I think he'll hit that 300 today. I think that he'll shred these Commanders. And whether they keep it close or not, that's up to discretion. But I think at the very least, Dak Prescott should have a good game. But I'm curious, Matty Kiwoom, who do you feel could be the MVP? Who's taking home that turkey leg?
For me, it's CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb goes nuts in this game. The Commanders have not really been good against opposing wide receivers throughout the entire season, and he's just been on an absolute tear. Yeah. Washington presents the second easiest matchup for opposing wide receivers. The easiest matchup for quarterbacks. So that correlation, I'm taking it to the bank. I think CeeDee Lamb just goes insane.
I like that call. I'm going to go really rare here and say that while the Commanders lose, Sam Howell is the most important player in this game. I think that Sam Howell is going to show up big tomorrow. Obviously, he's playing against a tough defense, and it's going to be very hard for him to do it. And that's kind of why I think that if he gives an impressive performance tomorrow, we're going to put a lot of respect on his name. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the Sam Howell fighting for that Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow against the Cowboys.
Love it.
The last game, the Thursday night football, we've got the 49ers heading to Seattle, taking them on another divisional matchup. The 49ers are favored by 6.5 with only 43 points to be expected. We do have DK Metcalf did not participate with a toe injury. He's questionable. And Kenneth Walker is doubtful with his oblique injury. I mean, he's probably going to be out a couple weeks. So, I mean, we're definitely not expecting him to play. But what do you think about this game?
So my first thought, and I want to get this out of the way because it's going to make a lot of people scratch their head, is if you have a roster spot in your deeper leagues, pick up Kenny McIntosh.
Yeah, definitely.
You mentioned him at the Pro Day, looking a hell of a lot smoother than the numbers reflected. Pete Carroll has been on record a number of times, really singing the praises of McIntosh. So I want to get him on my roster now with Ken Walker being out for probably multiple weeks with that oblique injury. But I think this is I think this is an absolute bully beatdown. I think the San Francisco 49ers walk into Seattle and just dog walk the Seahawks. 6.5. I'm okay with that. I think they cover. I think they're easy win by a touchdown. Yeah. They're just playing so good. And when you take the injuries into consideration, Geno Smith's not 100%. If Drew Lock has to play a couple of snaps, this game could get ugly. So I think that San Francisco is just on fire right now. And I think they have something to prove after dropping a couple in the middle of the season to just show up to a divisional rival game and just blow the doors off the Seattle Seahawks. And I am going to take the over of this one. Yeah. This line has continued to creep up above 43 with so it started at 43. It might even be up to 44 now. The fact that it's gone up means that the money's coming in on the over, means that Vegas thought it would be more of a grind them out game. But with this defense, they could score a touchdown. This offense, we've seen Purdy just go nuts, looking so good, throwing perfect game after perfect game. I'm taking the over. I think this game could finish where the Seahawks can do enough to get us to the over that we're looking for at a measly 43.
This is the time I'll agree with you completely. I think the 49ers win. I think they cover. And I think it goes over based purely on the 49ers hanging 35 on these Seahawks. I really think that they're going to struggle to get things going. The Pete Carroll has always kind of depended on a running back to be able to make his offense balanced. And I just don't think Zach Charbonnet is that guy. And he's especially not going to be that guy against the 49ers defensive line. We did talk about Kenny McIntosh, definitely worth the pickup. I mean, he could get some usage. They've actually taken their time. He's been full participant for 3 weeks now. And so to see him wait so long to actually get activated means, he's 100%. And they might, especially if it gets out of hand, just throw him out there to see what he's got. I mean, if that could turn into 4 or 5 garbage time catches, that could be something special and drive up his trade value. So I like that call a lot, but easily 49ers win this bad boy. I really don't. I talked about the divisional matchups being close with the Commanders Cowboys, but not in this scenario. The 49ers are just really in a world of their own right now. It's just honestly, it's ridiculous the type of football they're playing. But who's going to be the MVP? Who is it?
It's got to be Purdy. I just think that he's going to get the ball around enough. It's not going to be like a Christian McCaffrey game. He'll produce. It's not going to be a Deebo Samuel, but he can produce. I think that all the weapons produce, but because they all produce, that means that Birdie goes for over 300, throws for 3 touchdowns, goes crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Brock Purdy here.
I'm going to go with Christian McCaffrey. So this will be kind of like with me going Goff and you going Gibbs. I'm going Christian
It's
McCaffrey.
the inverse. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Christian McCaffrey has a good game today, and it's because I think it'll get out of hand and they can just, hand the ball off to him, make him run some screens, whatever they want. But Christian McCaffrey, I'm going bold prediction, just total what I'm going to get 150 yards and 2 touchdowns for Christian McCaffrey here, guaranteed on the Wake and Take.
Love it.
Yeah, thank you. The underdog pick that I had for this one, it was Brock Purdy, 1.5 passing touchdowns. So I'm definitely with you there. I took the over. I think he easily hits at least 2 passing touchdowns. So we've done it. We've talked about all the games. Is there anything you'd like to add just about this Thanksgiving slate in general? Any bold predictions? Anything you're watching in general when you watch these games?
So my bold prediction is that our guy over in Green Bay, taking over for Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, scores a tutty, and it makes all the DFS super builds go crazy because you could put him in a pretty much stone man, jam in McCaffrey, jam in Lamb, and I think Tucker Kraft scores, making all those superstar builds just look so nice.
I love that. He is the cheapest player on the slate. He is the minimum pricing on DraftKings, on FanDuel. So I think that that's a really good call. Why don't we go check out the DFS Dominator? That's on sale right now, included in this all-in package. It's a fantastic tool that Player Profiler offers. And it does, honestly, for me, I use it for more than just DFS. You can look at projections for players in every game. You can see their upsides and everything. It's really genuinely a really good tool. So if you get that all-in package today for only $10, you'll easily get your $10 back just in DFS winnings. I actually had a lineup. I post a DFS lineup every Sunday on the Player Profiler social medias, and it was the dime package. It was 10 cents to enter. I got 19th overall with the lineup that I posted on social media. That turned that 10 cents into $5, which is a huge. I wish I entered like $1 contest with that, but yeah. So it's a good tool. It really is. But let's check out that DFS Dominator. Let me go. Let's figure out how to set that up with these overlays. Do this one. Share my screen, and we'll walk you through it. It's like we said, it's a good tool. You can do a lot of things. So we talked about we want to throw. We'll save some money here. I think we both agree that Tucker Kraft is in for something. So we'll go ahead. You can choose 2 skill players to add for that. That'll be one of them. We'll do Tucker Kraft. Which quarterback do you want to go with? I think, looking at you right now, that we probably want to go with Brock Purdy, but is there another one that calls your name?
No, we can go with Purdy because I think he's going to be cheaper than Dak. And we want the stack here. The unique... Yeah, he's cheap. But the unique thing about Purdy, if we wanted to stack Purdy with McCaffrey, they can connect on a touchdown pass. So that's why I think I want to go Goff here. Purdy, because I definitely want McCaffrey in there.
I love that. So we'll go with I think that's perfect. So we'll do Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and then we'll go with Tucker Kraft and just see what it throws us. We'll do 5 lineups. We'll do just all the standard. This is all the things you can look up. You can have it make it 5, 15, 25 lineups. You could have it give you one based on upside projections or just the floor projections. I always like to go with upside because, that's what we're shooting for here in fantasy football.
That's what you're doing.
Let's just see. Yeah, exactly. So we'll generate some lineups here. This first one, we've got Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Zach Charbonnet, Brandon Ayuk, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Reed, Jake Ferguson, Jahmyr Gibbs. Wait, hold on. It didn't put Tucker Kraft in there. So let me retry. I know I clicked on it.
We need Kraft. We got a wedge in the studs.
Yeah, we need Kraft. We got a wedge in the cheap guy there. Okay, again, 5. There we go. Okay, so Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Charbonnet, Amon-Ra, Ayuk, Jaden Reed, Kraft, Jake Ferguson, and then the Cowboys defense against the Commanders. Does Zach Charbonnet being in your DFS lineup be okay with you, or do you want to look at one of these other ones?
I'd want to look at another one. I just don't like Zach Charbonnet as a runner, And against his defense, I wouldn't want to play him. Now we got CD in there. We got Brian Robinson. I like this one. We got Charbonnet, but he's at the flex. That's okay with me. That fight feels better to me.
So this one, and I think I'm with you here. I like a lot of these players: Jaden Reed, Terry McLaurin, CeeDee Lamb, Brian Robinson, Zach Charbonnet, and the Lions defense against the Packers, the extra one in there, but beyond Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and Tucker Kraft. I think I'm with you here in this one. And fun fact, listeners, Zach Charbonnet did show up in every lineup. So, you know what, maybe while we're low on it, our projection team at Player Profiler does think that Zach Charbonnet should be able to score some points. And, you know, it could be warranted. We did see that last week when Kenneth Walker went down, it was only Zach Charbonnet that got the touches. So right. Maybe that volume is worth betting on for your DFS lineups. I like this one too, though. This was number 5 of the lineups that it presented to us. Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Brian Robinson, CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, Zach Charbonnet, and the Lions defense. So if you guys are listening to that, put it in. It's already built for you here on Wake and Take, here in the Lineup Genius, available within the all-in package that is on sale right now. Use the promo code HOLIDAY to get the all-in package for $10. $10. I don't know. Listeners, I have no idea if the $10 off code with using my name, Jason, or the name Matty still works. But if it does, that could be a free all-in package. So maybe check that out.
My guess, no. I think you can only do one promo code. But still.
Yeah, you can only answer one code. So you're right. The code is HOLIDAY.
But it's still a steal. $10 is a steal.
Yeah, no. Easy steal. We just showed off the DFS tools, but there's plenty others. So go do that today. All right. So anything else you want to say to the audience, whether that be plugs, Thanksgiving stuff, or just in general, before we sign off for the day?
I just want to say thank you to you for having me on Wake and Take. I mean, day in, day out, it's just such a great show here in the morning. And kudos to you, the community you've built, the show you've built. From where you started to where it is now, just all of it, it's been awesome to watch. So I just want to give you a shout out. I want to give a shout out to everyone checking us out. Have a great Thanksgiving, a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and your friends. Watch a whole bunch of football, eat a whole bunch of food, drink some booze, have a whole lot of fun. So thank you guys for tuning in. Matty Kiwoom on Twitter, check it out there. Pretty much everything that I have comes out on Player Profiler. Game plan, trade gods with Jason Allwine every other Wednesday, Futurecast. But if you just can't get enough of me, head over to patreon.com/the executives.
Yeah, definitely go check that out, because it's not just you, it's also some Cody Carpentier stuff who also.
Oh yeah, we got some cool stuff over there. We got we're working on matchup scores, we got playoffs rankings, we got a lot over there, so go check it out.
Definitely. And I mean, I want to extend my gratitude to you as well, Matty. I know you thanked me, but I want to thank you as well, as you were my first just co-host here at Player Profiler. I mean, what you just trade gods and really just Player Profiler all in general, you guys have done a lot for me, but especially you just, you have helped me. Just watching you as example on Trade Gods has led to some of the stuff I do. I always sign up Peace, with the Wake and Take and everything. So eternally grateful.
Thank you. You're the man. You're the best.
Thank you. You too. And to the audience as well, very, very grateful to you guys. I mean, words cannot describe how nice it is to be able to talk about football on a daily basis. And it is all thanks to you tuning in and to continue to be fans of Wake and Take. So I hope you all have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope to see you all tomorrow on Black Friday for a Black Friday episode as we preview that game and the rest of the games that we'll have this week. And you, again, have a happy Thanksgiving, a wonderful day. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, enjoy whatever you're doing today, as it's a good one. And again, thank you to all, and have a fantastic, a terrific Thursday and a wonderful rest of your week. Peace.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in. It's important to me that all of our media be free. This is only possible because of you, allowing a true independent sports media enterprise to thrive unlike any other in the business. So please subscribe to the All-In Package to continue to make all of this possible, to ensure that all of our stats, information, data, content is available to you, especially you, the people that get the site and get the show.